Welcome to the Journeyman Cave, a podcast where we meet and chat with some of boxing's most seasoned road warriors, hosted by Mark Shakespeare and Chris Scarfe.
Welcome back to the Journeyman Cave, everybody. This is round 64, and with me, as always, is my very good friend, Mr. Mark Shakespeare. How are we?
Yeah, we're all good, mate. Yourself?
Oh, we're always all right, aren't we? Episode 64, and who have we got with us this week?
Oh, I've been looking forward to this run, mate. I'm so glad I've got him in. We've got the one and only Joe Hardy. I've seen Joe at a couple of shows, and I've been desperate to get him on. He's quite local to us. He's only up in Leeds, and I've been pestering him for a little while, and luckily we had a chance to get this interview done, this podcast done. We had a couple of weeks off, and it's a good one, mate. I've really, really enjoyed it. He's one of the best on the road, is Joe. Coming towards his 50th. Shows no signs of stopping. Gives all these prospects a test. He's in a great gym with some great people like Nick Manners and Colin Manners as well on the show. And yeah, the world is oyster, I think. He's going to be busy. And he's got a big, big fight coming up in his own City of Leeds on the Callum Simpson bill as well, hasn't he, on the 20th?
Oh, yeah.
So he'll be fighting one of our Barnsley lads, Cory Sagar, on that.
Yes.
That'll be live on the BBC. Might not be live on the BBC too, but I would assume that the full show probably on the iPlayer, so you will be able to watch that at some point. And that'll be some ding dong, and I think Cory will learn a lot from this fight, and Joe will definitely test him.
I hope so. And there's another Barnsley lad on card as well, isn't there?
Yeah, we've got Jake Cleary on there as well. So there'll be three Barnsley lads on that. Obviously, it's good to see Callum getting some local talent on. Respect to Kevin Marie as well for getting Joe on this as well. He manages Joe on the road, and he's got him. He always wanted to fight in his own city, did Joe, and he's got that chance as well. And it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a good night of boxing on the 20th, so tune in.
Yeah, I'm hoping to. Just a little quick heads up. There's another episode coming up where me and Mark went to another show where Mark were working, and I managed to collar a few people for a quick chat, and one of them was Jake Cleary.
But are you a good lad? I know I passed him on to you.
Yeah, I was just stood about, and you were like, have a word with Jake. And I'm like, all right, no problem. You're a really, really sound kid.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, so wish him all the best on the 20th. So look out for that episode. I managed to get, I think there were 5 people I managed to speak to. But yes, let's get on with this one then. So round 64 with Joe Hardy, and we will see you on the other side.
All right then, Joe. Finally got you in, Mr. Hardy. Taking a long time, mate, you know.
Yeah.
How's things going?
Yeah, good, mate. What about you?
Yes, good, mate. Been busy this year, haven't you? 16 fights already.
Yep.
A record at minute, 46 fights, 5 wins, 40 losses and 1 draw. It's not bad that, you know, mate. Some good going.
It's not bad.
Nearly at 50.
Yep.
We had a little talk earlier, didn't we, about this, Joe? And is 100 your target?
Yeah, 100, and then see how I feel after 100. But like I was saying to you earlier, you never know, do you? Like, it could happen. You could get an injury or something like that. So 100's the goal, hopefully, and then see how I feel after that.
Well, like you said, you're 30 now, mate. You're looking as fit as ever. I've seen you fight 2 or 3 times this year on circuit, and it's going to take a lot to stop you, mate. And you've got a little decent right hand and all, mate, that puts a few down as well. So they also know to stay away, don't they?
Yeah. Definitely.
So, but you didn't start off, did you? I mean, you did some white collar first, didn't you, boss?
Yeah, so I had 28 white collar fights. I think I lost my first 3, and then I think so 28, and I think I had 5 losses altogether out of the 28, and 3 of them coming from the first 3 fights. So yeah, it were decent, to be fair. I enjoyed it. They were all home fights as well, so yeah, it were good. I
mean, you get some good fighters now out of that white collar. I mean, it gets a lot of jip, and I understand it's not my cup of tea either, Joe. But I understand why people do it. And like you said, look at people like you and Fabio Wardley. Yeah, I mean, it must have. You said you got put down in one of your fights in white collar, didn't you?
Yeah.
And you said you learnt a lot from that. So there is some good ones out there, mate, who can come through white collar, and you're proof of that, mate, aren't you?
Yeah.
What? How did it come about? The whole, how did it begin? Is it because obviously did you not do like amateur boxing or anything like that?
No, so I were about To be fair, I did one of them like charity ones.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I lost in that, and then like, I don't know, I kind of got a little bug for it then, and I was like, I quite like this, so I carried on doing training, and then I ended up having a rematch with the kid that I fought in the charity one, like a proper like white collar fight. So I did that, and then to be fair, I lost to him again. So I ended up just, and then like that were it. Then I loved it, so I just carried on doing training. Lost another one. And then I started picking up some wins. Obviously, I think I went on like a 15 fight unbeaten streak or something doing that. And then I boxed in a prize fighter that were at Barnsley actually on that. Yeah, the Metrodome in Barnsley. I think I got to semis in there, but it was a super middleweight one. So I did that, and then and then I kept doing it, and then I boxed, and then I was going round and I was sparring some lads that were turning over pro, and I were having good spars with them. So my good friend Lee, who used to train me at the time, like he's still my good friend and that, he goes, why don't you just go pro? So like, I don't know, I wasn't too sure at first, and then I ended up signing pro, so that's how it all come about, really.
Yeah, obviously someone saw something in you, mate, and rightfully so, because here we are, 46 later and we're still going, mate.
Yeah.
So when you did turn over, did you ever think about going at home corner, or were it always a...
Yeah, so that was my plan, to go in the home corner. To be fair, like, I wanted to be a home fighter, but I was always had in my head, like, I'm down for 50-50 fights, so I'll have a 50-50 fight. I'm not bothered. Like, I'll be I want to be in good fights. Like, so that was kind of what I had in my head at the start. So, yeah.
Did you sell tickets on your white collar, or?
Yeah, so it's kind of same as like the pros, the small old pro shows. You get ticket commission and stuff like that.
So it's not. So, it's a little bit more different, a bit cheaper.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
So we turned over, mate, and I'll let Scarfe introduce your opponent, because he's a legend of this show, is this guy.
Yeah.
And we miss him very much, and it must have been an absolute pleasure to be in ring with this guy for your debut, mate.
100%.
So come on, Scarfe, let's introduce, because I can't pronounce his name right, Gennady, so you can do it.
You just said it.
Yeah, but what's his second name? I
can do it.
Jim, edit this out, Jim.
I can pronounce it, to be fair.
What's his surname?
Kraveski. Gennady Kraveski.
That's it, yeah.
I were on thick table at school, Joe, and he were on top table. I'm just thought I'd get in there and drop him in.
It's been a few weeks since I've, yeah.
No, but that must have been, listen, you must have been in a away dressing room with him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think he's knocked about 5 or 6 out. We said this on tribute episode to him. Bloody hell, he gets close, doesn't he, with them gloves? Did you ever give thee a jab?
To be fair, I remember in the fight, and I think it were like, he were bringing it because he's one of them, like, I remember the fight, he's got no power in his shots, but he lets his hands go, and he's like winging him in over the top and stuff like that. And I remember I slipped out of a shot, and I've thrown a left hook, and he's thrown a left hook at the same time. Luckily, my left hook were a bit more powerful, so I seen him wobble a bit, and I half took it. But yeah, he's actually like, obviously, you know the score with the records and stuff like that. Your record don't, what's the word, like,
doesn't tell the full story.
Yeah, doesn't tell the full story of how like good you actually are. And he's good, and he were a very, very tough man.
And obviously, I think boxing was his life, wasn't it? And I think that's something you can always take out your career. That to have a debut with someone like that, mate, is amazing. Yeah.
And he was crazy. Like, obviously, I've been in away corners with him, and he's just like pure, like, just crazy, like a crazy guy. Like, you didn't know his accent was funny because he's like, he's got that Liverpool twang, but then he's got his where are he from? Lithuania. So he's like a Lithuanian Scouser, isn't he? Like, he's a really funny guy.
I must admit, I've never heard anybody like him like that, and I know he's knocked a couple of fighters out in the dressing room before. I know Dale Addlesmith mentioned it. I think he took him. I think he was about to go in, and he caught him on Temple before he was going in, little messing around, sparring. Yeah. And Dale said, "You fucking wobble, mate." I said, "Bloody hell, Gennady, I'm going out in 10 minutes." And that's just... But yeah, great one to have, mate. And it's a good one to start off in your career, mate. Yeah. And you'll never forget that one. So moving on to your second one, mate. I mean, you said you lost it to Craig Miles by TKO.
Yeah.
What happened there? Because you put him down, didn't you?
Yeah. So that were a 50-50 fight, that. Right. So I were 1-0 and he were 2-0, but Craig Miles, so I used to do a lot of sparring with him. And we used to have good spars, so I know his coach, I lost her. And he messaged me saying, do you want to fight Craig? Why don't you have a 50-55? And I'm like, I'm not asking me, I'll fight with, I'll jump in with anyone. Like, it is what it is. It's a fight at the end of the day. So yeah, I ended up jumping in with him at the Cone, Munich or whatever it's called in Cone. Had an absolute barnstormer, to be fair. I battered him in first round, and then I kept landing this uppercut on him, this nice uppercut on him. Battered him first round, like I say, and then I battered him in second round, put him down. And I think it was just inexperience. Like, obviously, I was landing the uppercut on him, so I led with a lead uppercut, and he caught me with a bit of a left hook. And he didn't wobble me, but I think it kind of zapped the energy out of me. Yeah. And I was trying to knock him out. Like, I dropped him, and inexperience. I tried stopping him. And I think, as well, I did it was my first, like, getting down to the weight of 11 stone 2. And I didn't do it properly, and I think I dehydrated myself a little bit. I'm not making excuses. I jumped in there, and, like, it is what it is. So I got down to 11 stone 2, and I think that was the lightest I'd ever got down to. So I think that had a bit of a part to play in it as well. And yeah, he come back, to be fair, and he got me on ropes, and ref jumped in. I wasn't hurt or all like that, but I thought I could carry on. But obviously, all fighters say that, don't they? They all think they can carry on. So yeah, it was just one of them. But yeah, it was a good fight.
Before we do move on, when you did turn pro, were you with Nick Manners from the start?
No, so I was...
It'd be rude not to mention him.
Yeah, so I was training at Leeds gym.
Yeah.
Lee Murter in Leeds, he's my good friend.
Yeah.
That's who I were doing, like, the white collar fights
good fighter, I know.
Yeah, I've former Irish champion, middleweight Irish champion. Yeah. Fought Hector Camacho Jr. in at a baseball stadium in America.
Wow.
So
that's something to take to the grave, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you started off with Lee then?
Yeah, so I started off with Lee, and then he introduced me to Kev, who manages me.
Yeah.
Got speaking to him, signed pro with Kev. Kev used to come down and do a bit with me.
Yeah.
And then so obviously Lee can't do my corner because he's got he ain't got his corner license or whatever it's called, his trainer's license with a board. So he introduced me to a guy called Paul Morris, who he fought on the road as well. I think he did like my first, I can't remember how many fights he did, but he did most of my few. I think up to about 20, maybe 25 fights.
Quite a lot then.
Yeah, so, and then I boxed Jamie Mellors in Leeds actually, the John Charles Centre in Leeds.
Yeah.
Nick were in the opposite corner to me. He were in his corner because obviously it's like Jimmy trains at Jamie Mellors, Jimmy Harrington.
Yeah.
So they're good pals and stuff. Nick's from Leeds, so Lee Merton knows Nick as well. So I was like, you ask Nick if he'll do my corner. It makes sense. Like, he's from Leeds, I'm from Leeds. So anyway, he's like, yeah, I'll ask him. He asked him. He said he could do it. So I ended up going down there to his gym and doing a bit with him. And then so I had my first fight with Nick and Colin for the Domont fight.
Yeah. Well, I was there that night. Yeah. We'll come to that later on because you're a bit early in that. Yeah. But I think one thing you can say about Nick and Colin is you've got an absolute perfect combination there. Yeah, we spoke about this earlier. Yeah. Nick, very loud and brash. Looks, I'm not saying he's a confident guy, but he comes across as a confident guy. Yeah. And then you've got your Mr. Smooth in Colin, who just... I don't think I've ever heard Colin Manners talk, to be honest. And I'd love to have him on the show one day. But yeah, it must be a good gel between them both. Must be to have them two in the corner here. Yeah. It must be a really good thing. Yeah,
it's good because you've got like Nick, he's got his side, and then you've got Colin, who's like, he likes the hard graft, like the like he does all his conditioning and stuff like that. He takes us to track and flogs us on track, and then it kind of reminds me of like a bit of a sergeant in the army, because he'll be next to you making you work on the bag and stuff like that, and like he pushes you. And then you've got Nick doing all like your technique and stuff, and obviously Colin does your technique and stuff like that. But they've got two different ways. Like Colin's like a bit of an insight. Colin's like he likes his slipping and moving in and winging him in with left hooks, and then Nick likes that as well. So you've got like two different takes on styles and stuff like that. So it's good. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, they're both great characters now, and they're doing both. They're shining through quite well now, aren't they?
Yeah.
And like I said, I mean, it's not coming up, but I think we have to mention this big fight, mate, aren't we? Come on. We're going to be on Callum Simpson, Bill, aren't we?
Yeah, so I've got that on the 20th of December, so obviously a dream come true for me, fighting at a big arena. Funnily enough, Kev, my manager, he says to me, "Where's one place that you want to box?" And I said, "Well, I want to box at a big arena in Leeds. Obviously, I'm from Leeds. I'm a Leeds lad. Like, I want to fight there." So that were quite a few years ago that I said that to him. So obviously, he's delivered. Eventually, he's delivered. So I'm buzzing with that one.
But yeah, to be one thing with Joe, he usually just delivers just Kevin Marie, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's a good promoter. Yeah. He's well known in the game.
Yeah.
He's got some top fighters, and I'm absolutely over the moon that boxing's back on the BBC, mate.
Yeah, it's class, innit?
So, and I'll definitely be watching that, mate.
Are you a Leeds fan?
Yeah, big Leeds United fan. I go to all home games. Well, if I'm not fighting, I go to Leeds games. So I go with like my cousins and my uncles and stuff like that. There's a few of us that go. So yeah, I've been to every home game this season.
Have you?
Yeah. So
Do they not do anything boxing there? I know some places like Bramall Lane.
I think they have done some
what's he called?
Might be a suite in there or
Mark
something.
Bateson does shows at the I can't remember what it's called. It's Banqueting Suite across road.
That's what I mean. I thought there was something like that.
Yeah, I box there, to be fair.
Right, fair enough.
It's same at Bramall Lane. There's some like kind of suite at Bramall Lane at Sheffield United, and it's saying they do little stuff like that there. But when I heard that, mate, I'm absolutely at moon for you, mate, for that, and you deserve that.
Yeah.
And you go and enjoy that all free, and you call in it, and you deserve it, and do what you've got to do, mate, on that night. Yeah, you go for it.
Who are you fighting?
I'm actually fighting a kid from Barnsley, Cory Sagar.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I'm
one.
fighting him, yeah.
Well, I'll be in opposite corner to him on Friday, so I'll keep an eye out for him.
All right.
Yeah.
In fact, I sent him a message actually on about coming on show. He never got back to me, so
I don't know. I
I might not have read it. But yeah, it'll be a good little scrap, that, Joe. And the one thing for sure, you'll learn from your fight, mate.
Definitely.
Absolutely. So obviously, going back onto that, mate, onto the third fight that I wrote down, you lost on points to Joe Coddier, right? Yeah. Now, he gets a bit of a mention. He's still doing quite well, him.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's Southern Area champion at the minute.
He is.
And he's fighting Bobby Dalton, isn't he? Who also gets a bit of mention.
Yeah, I think he's fighting for the English title. Yeah.
That'll be a good scrap, that.
Yeah.
Between them two. Well, that'll not be easy. What you reckon to him, mate?
Yeah, so he was trained by Tunde, trains Anthony Yard.
Yeah. Anthony Yard, yeah.
So there was Anthony Yard and that were in corner, and what's that? I can't remember that guy that's recently passed away. Is it what's he called? I'm sure he was European champion. He had him in his corner as well. Can't remember his name, but I can't. Well, I know exactly what it is, but I just can't. When you can't think.
Yeah,
of
listen,
name.
we get that all the time, mate. Don't worry.
So yeah, he were all right. A lot of people said to me though, I brought it to him because that were the kind of I was still at that stage where I wasn't really in that away fighter mentality sort of thing. So I was still going on and trying to have, like, I were having fights with people. Yeah. Obviously, I still turn it on and stuff now and try to have fights with people. But then I was on it. Like, I was going to, to definitely win, like, whether what happened, if I went out on my shield or... Whereas now it's like, you kind of play it a big safe. If someone's a big puncher, you kind of like, maybe I need to look after myself. And whereas then I didn't really care. But, I remember... That were at York Hall. A lot of people said, obviously they scored it 40-36, but you're going to London, aren't you? A lot of people said they thought I did better than what they scored it on that card. So, yeah, I think it were a lot closer than what they thought it was. But he were good, to be fair. He had a good jab on him and stuff like that. And he's obviously improved because he's boxing at a decent level, isn't he? So,
yeah, so I mean, if he's fighting for English, I think he's 9-0 at the minute.
Yeah.
And he's fighting Dalton for the English, so that'll be a good scrap, that.
Yeah.
So I think that's when we can keep an eye out for in future with him. But yeah. And I always ask this question, Joe, are you a fan of the York Hall or not?
Obviously, for the history and stuff like that, it's nice to say that you've boxed there because you've got, like, Frank Bruno's boxed there, you've got all your British boxing legends have boxed there, haven't they? So it's one place, like, to tick off your bucket list sort of thing, but I don't know, it's London, it's a bit too far from us over here in Yorkshire, isn't it? Like, it's a bit far to go.
It is, mate. I think you just hit the nail on the head. Whether you like that old school, close in, it's somewhere I think every pro wants to box in it.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
%.
So, this is a strange one, mate. I had to write it down here. How on earth did you end up with Dale Addersmith?
So, what it was, obviously, like, I was still in that...
mentality.
Yeah, still wanting to be a home fighter, but I was willing to take 50-50 fights, willing to be in 50-50 fights. So I still wanted to get some wins and stuff like that and be in good fights. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I ended up getting Dale in Bradford because that was kind of like a bit of a home one because Bradford were close. I made my debut in Oldham But it's a bit far for people to come, like, obviously, like, people want you to fight local, don't they? So it's harder to sell tickets when you're fighting further away. I think I only did well on my pro debut because it was my pro debut.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Bradford, I did pretty well because it's Bradford. You can jump on train from Leeds and you're there in, 20 minutes or something. So it were all right. So, yeah, I ended up boxing Dale.
Did that wobble him out, or did he just a walk around?
No, it was just a bit of a walk around, get a win sort of thing. Like, but he's good as Dale. Like, he's another one. If he wants to turn it on, he can turn it on. Like, I've seen him a few times. Like, I've seen him boxing Derby, and he turned it on in Derby. He got a draw, but everyone knows what that means when you get a draw on road, don't they?
See, I finally saw him at the skate arena. I was second for him that night because he was with a young girl called Sydney Chambers, she's fighting on the Barnsley bill this week as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I was starstruck, mate. Yeah. I was giving him a drink of water, I was shaking. I felt I don't want to let Dale down. Do you know what I mean? I felt awful. He was laughing his head off, Dale, like. And 19-year-old Sydney saying, "Calm down, Mark, you're doing all right." And I thought, bloody hell, this is Dale Harrismith for you.
Yeah.
So don't get your head exploded, Dale. But yeah, that were you know what I mean? That were a pleasure, that, to be in Dale's corner.
Well, I remember when I boxed him, obviously Dale's like well known, isn't he? Like, and you see how many fights he's had and stuff like that, and like he's a tough man. I think I were half like, I wasn't scared, but I were a bit like, what if he turns it on? You know what I mean? Like, I were half a bit like shook a little bit, and obviously I spoke to him before the fight and stuff like that, and like, but like you say, you see him fighting other people, and it takes someone special to get him out of there, doesn't it? Like, he's only been stopped by people who are probably going to go on to be something very, very good.
Yeah. And not many stop Dale, mate, but love him to bits. He's a great guy, and we'll have to get him on one day. And then obviously you went on with a guy here. You lost on points to Connor Meanwell, another former guest of the show.
Yeah.
Tough kid is Connor. But obviously on his debut, you lost to him. I think he did set off wanting to do something, Connor.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying this in a disrespectful way, but when you took that fight, was it a walk around or was it a 50-50 or were you going to win?
That was another one where I was still in that mentality of like, I'm off to win. Like, and I remember I was a bit bunged up as well before that fight, but it's one of them again. Like, I don't pull out of fights, me, unless I'd have to be in hospital or something like that for me to pull out of a fight. Like, I don't like letting people down, so I went for it then. So I wasn't really too well, but that were a close decision. I think that were a 39-38 or something like that. So, but it was a good fight. I remember I think we clashed heads or something like that in the first round, and he got a big cut on top of his head, and it ended up being a bloodbath, to be fair. But fair play to him, he got that cut and he carried on, and it turned into a good fight.
Two warriors, mate, there together. I'd love to have seen that fight, mate. And I hope Connor's well, bless him.
That Connor we went to cafe with.
We did, yeah. And he brought his son with him, you know.
That was it.
And he were absolute. We did the interview with Connor. Jim, our editor studio, and he said, I brought my son with me. And I thought, we're going to be having an interview with him. I didn't want to make it. He was good as gold, wasn't he? Yeah. So come, we're taking to cafe and bought a milkshake after. So, great guy. And, well, just like yourself, mate, two great servants of the sport now, aren't you? Yeah. You're both doing it for the away corner.
Love it.
Absolutely. And then I had to bring Travis Waters in after that.
Yeah.
You lost in the first round to that TKO.
Yeah.
Were you on the ropes again, or?
So that were another one. But he's class him. I think his next fight I'm sure he's fighting for English title.
It won't surprise me.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. But he's, I think he had like, I'm sure it were like 200 and odd amateur fights.
Wow, that's a lot, innit?
So he's had a lot. So I think I took that fight on about 2 days' notice.
Yeah.
And Kev were like, I've got this for you. Because I asked for it. I says, can you get me out this weekend? And he's like, I've got this guy. I think he were 1-0. 1-0. And I ended up taking that. And I think that were another one. I'm still in that mentality of like, I'm going to go try and have a go and try and win. And he, first round, he, southpaw, first time I'd boxed a southpaw in pros.
Stop picking on us.
And, and he were winging him in. He were obviously going for a stoppage, and he caught me to the back of the head, and it just...
It disorientates,
I was just discombobulated, and then he just... he was one of them, he put a lot of shots together. He's got me on ropes. I want to, like... And like you say again, like, you all think, like, every fighter thinks they can carry on sort of thing, and ref just ended up stopping it.
Ref's probably seen you wobble, cripple, you get back on temple, and you don't get a little bit. He's probably seen you go back like that, but again, you won't hurt, mate. Yeah, I think he's fighting for the English, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I've heard him a couple of times, not much, but I had to mention it.
Yeah.
And like you said, you move on from that, mate. Another good experience. But you end up fighting William Crawler on his debut.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure you put him down.
I did. He said it were a slip. But
Yeah. You've answered my question.
Yeah. I kind of thought, at first, I didn't know. And I kind of like, because he wasn't hurt, it was a bit of a flash knockdown. So, but he switch hits him a lot.
Yeah.
And he was switching at the time. And I remember I threw the shot, and it were a bit of a it wasn't a wild shot. Like I meant to do it, obviously. Yeah. And I remember my foot, and you can see it on the video, the replay. I'll show you it after. I've got it on video from the replay, and you can see my foot go behind his foot as I'm throwing the shot. And I've hit him, and I've seen him going down, and I thought, he's off down here. And I've seen my foot behind his foot, so I thought, I better move my foot out of the way. So you can see me pull my leg out of the way so it doesn't touch his leg, because it could have been a trip. Could have been a trip. So I've put my hands up, like, obviously you can't see because I'm thinking, but I've got my hands up like that, and there's a picture of me with my hands up, and there's him sat on the floor, and I looked at Steve Gray, and I've gone, I've knocked him down there. And then Steve Gray started giving him count, and he's obviously protesting. Like, obviously, it's his pro debut in front of Eddie and doing
in Manchester
his thing.
as well.
Yeah, in his hometown, and like he sold a lot of tickets. I remember walking out, and they were all like, they're all Man United fans. Obviously, Leeds, Man United have got that rivalry, haven't they? So they were all shouting, "We all hate Leeds scum." So I thought, this has actually got me a bit like pumped up. I was buzzing. So I went and had a go, and to be honest, watching it back, I thought I won that first round. Yeah. And then obviously I knocked him down in this third. Yeah. And then I think he won the second, sorry. And then he won the fourth. He put it on me. I think I gassed out a little bit in that fourth round. But yeah, that were enjoyable. That were one of my... And I still talk to Will Crawler, to be fair. He's a nice kid and that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's in a setback and it's a loss. Yeah. It's a loss. And, that don't define you as a fighter. But you reckon he's got a British title on his... You think he could do it or what?
The thing is, he's always, with him, he's, like you see, I've watched a few of his interviews, he has got a fan-friendly style. Yeah. And he can dig as well. So, he's always got that puncher's chance, hasn't he? Yeah. And,
it'd be nice for him, Yeah. You don't want to go out and be left in your brother's shadow. You want to achieve something yourself, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
If he puts the work in, we'll keep my fingers crossed that, because I'd love to see him do that. And like you said, he has got a good fan base. Yeah. But that's got to have got you buzzing, that, mate, when he's shouting, we all let Leeds come, because... me and Scarfe don't like Man United either. We grew up in that era where
they won everything.
Absolutely everything under Fergie. And, even though we don't like Leeds, we cheered for Leeds.
There were too many Man U fans.
There were too many Man U fans. So we cheered for Leeds, mate, as well.
There's a lot of glory supporters in the Man United fans. There's a lot of people that aren't from there that support them.
Well, back in the day, we've got nearly 15 years on you now, mate. But when we were back at school, we used to do PE, and it was like everybody had a Man United shirt on, didn't they? Yeah. But you always saw the odd Leeds shirt still then. Like his mate Billy, didn't he? Billy, yeah. He was always a big Leeds fan. And stuff like that. So that was it. They just won everything. And when you were Barnsley, I mean, you got me into Barnsley properly, didn't you? And it's not the same, is it? When you're getting trounced every week, and then you go to school and Man U's bet somebody 10-0 or something, it's like, fucking sick in it.
Well, they beat us 7-0, didn't they?
Oh, they did beat us 7 when we were in Premier League.
Nick's funny because obviously he's a big Leeds fan as well. In his gym, he's got all Leeds flags and Leeds shirts and stuff, and like a bit of memorabilia for some of the old school times from Leeds. And some kid walked into the gym with a Man United shirt on. He's like, get out. Like, you're not coming in here with that shirt on. And he's like, the kid's like, you being serious? He's like, yeah, you're not coming in. He says, we're Leeds in here. So he said, you either go or you change your T-shirt. And the kid comes all the time, but this so happens, this one time he turned up in a Man United shirt, and he's like, oh, I want to stay, I want to train. And he's like, yeah, then. So Nick went and made him take the T-shirt off and give him a T-shirt to wear. So
I could have given him a Leeds one.
That would have been funny, wouldn't it?
They could have used that Man U shirt to wipe his arse on. Yeah. Funny. So after that, mate, you did your first 6... I've got this, you lost, but your first 6-rounder. You got lost TKO to Marcus Tomlinson, who at minute it's Central Area champion. Yeah. So again, some calibre here, mate.
Yeah. So that one again, that were another short notice fight. Yeah. I think that was my second 6-rounder, actually.
What?
I boxed that Jabral, who, to be fair, I still speak to him now. I boxed him in a 6-rounder. Right. And that were a 50-50 fight. Yeah. That were another 50-50 fight. But yeah, Marcus, Southpaw kid as well. That fight I'd boxed, I think that was my 5th fight in a row in a week, like in 5 weeks. I'd done 4, and then that on my 5th, I'd done a 6. And that one I was down at light middleweight, so 11 stone 2. He were a bit heavier. So I remember jumping on...
You were always big.
Yeah. I remember jumping on scales, and I had my full clothes on. I had my keys in my pocket, my phone in my pocket, and I think I still only weighed in at about... It wasn't much, but he were heavier than me, put it that way. And he were just... he were a fit kid, he just kept coming and coming and coming. We had a good fight, though, for the first... I think he stopped me in the 5th. But he just kept going to body, and obviously after a while, the accumulation of punches to body, it just takes it out of you. And yes, they ended up throwing towel in, so yeah, he ended up stopping me in that. But yeah,
Right, we'll put a black mark against Marcus then if he's hurt there. We don't want to be that hitting our mates. So we always get a fade to a blacklist after every episode, and it could be Marcus for this one. But it's a good when they get blacklisted, it means they're good.
Yeah.
But then you went to Oldham again, mate, after you had the pro debut at Oldham, didn't you?
Yeah,
You come back and you bet Tariq Davis, mate.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
That were a good feeling. To be fair, that was meant to be one of them.
Yes.
And I always say, I'll play the game as long as you play the game. And he come out and tried to take my head off, so I'm not a punch bag, so I stuck it on him. I ended up dropping him. Yeah, so I ended up getting win there as well. So
Just like you said, we said this before, Joe, you can bang.
yeah.
I mean, it's a sweet shot you throw every time, mate.
Yeah.
And like you said, we all know about this. We've been in the media with Jake Pollard about laughing about his 100th fight, and people don't understand the game. And like I said, you play the game, but if someone's going to come and take your head off when they're meant to be having a dance, that's when your guys turn it on, and that's when they have to realise they have to give you respect.
Yeah.
And that is just proof there, mate. So anybody out there, these guys can fight.
Well, I'll never forget that with Fonz in Chef.
Absolutely.
They come to corner. I mean, he were in corner, but I was
Yeah.
stood in watching, and I could still hear him. He come over and he were like, "This kid's taking piss." So he went and put him down.
Yeah,
Is that when he knocked it? Did he knock him spark out or something? I
It was
remember him.
Magna. Yeah, it really. It was quite a bad knockdown.
Yeah.
We were at Magna, and I did Michael Mooney's corner that night. Not Magna. What? It was like a tree, hill tree. And I did Michael Mooney's corner that night, and
that way, Mooney,
I've got a lot of time for Roger Sampson and stuff, and you had a quick talk to Font, didn't you? Been interview with him, and Roger, like he says, he just says, "I said you don't need me to do corner with you, Roger." He says, "No, it's good experience for you, Mark. I want you to come in."
Yeah.
So I went in with him, and this guy just come to take your head off from round 1.
Yeah.
And Font's come back at the end of the first, and he says, "What's he fucking doing?
Yeah.
I'm not having this shit." And Roger says, cool's a cucumber, like he's a great cornerman, is Roger. And he says, just, see what he's like. See if he does it again this second round and we'll take it from there. Yeah, no problem. Went out second again, didn't he? And he tried taking his head off again. Yeah. And then he come back, he said, "I'm not having this fucking shit." And then just went and floored him. It was, it were actually he hurt him.
Yeah. Did he stop him?
He did.
That fight? Yeah.
Yeah, he
I think I remember seeing that. And then I think the kid who he stopped, he's had a lot of time off, hasn't he now?
Yes.
I'm sure he's fighting again. Might even be on that same bill. I'm on in a few weeks in Sheffield.
I came to that night, and he had to do it, mate, to be honest. And like you said, you just proved it there, mate. You can't mess around with these, right? And then we moved on from that good win you had there, mate, right? And there's one guy here who I've got a lot of time for, right? I ain't messed him for a while, and I should do, actually. I will mess him after this show and tell him I'll give him a mention, but you stepped in with a guy who, to me, is animal, and always does it the hard way against Ryan Amos.
Yeah.
What did you reckon to him?
Yeah, just a solid
unit,
guy.
innit?
Yeah, just one of them people. I bet he'll be one of them people that's in shape at 60, 70-year-old him, and he'll still be solid. Like one of them guys. Like that's just probably don't even try. Like works out and just gets massive. Like he's one of them.
Did you find him really strong?
Just strong.
When he leant on you, could you feel it? Or
yeah,
I can imagine. He's a powerhouse, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just solid, just a solid guy, like just an hard man.
And he deserves more out of the spot than he's got at the minute. He deserves his chance. And like you said, he'll take anything at drop or not.
Yeah.
But I think Ryan's one of them people. If he said it's Tuesday, innit? And I don't argue. Right, I just agree with what Ryan says. But yeah, top fight, and I wish him all the best. And yeah, I thought I had to mention that one, mate, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, after that one, you went in with Huey Wilson, mate, and lost on points. Yeah. What did you reckon to Huey Wilson?
Sharp kid. To be fair, he's a bit lighter than me. I think his opponent pulled out about 2-3 days before the fight, and they were struggling to get him an opponent. I think I'm about 2 or 3 weight classes bigger than him, and so I ended up jumping in with him. Obviously, we're playing the game a little bit, but yeah, he's an handful. Him, to be fair, I've seen some of his latest fights, and he's a good sharp kid. Him, innit?
He sells. I don't know if he's got a bit of travelling background or something.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is. Yeah.
Because he come, and he had a lot of a very good following. That night I did Ryan LeBon's corner, as well as Dale's second at Skate Arena. He fought Billy Pickles and lost on split decision.
Yeah, in fact, I watched that fight.
Yeah, I was there that night, and Billy Pickles was no mug, and it was a tough fight. Like I said, he looked very sharp and very slick.
Yeah.
And he had a massive following. Did he have a good following when you fought him?
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, I can imagine he sells a few tickets. So yeah, he was very slick when I saw him. But yeah, I was there for that Billy Pickles fight. He did a good. Yeah, I said, I think probably Billy did just do enough on the night, but I could understand why it was a split decision on the night as well. So, but moving on from that one, mate, we got a draw after that. We Drew Limond, White Sugar.
Draw? I didn't get a draw in that one, I don't think.
Yeah.
No, not Drew Limond.
No, lost on points.
Yeah.
Drew, don't you have to put there, right? What an arsehole I am, mate. You can put that in and all right. Yeah. I've got him wrote down as Drew Limond, and I thought, he must have drawn with him. Yeah. And I've looked at it, I've got lost on points. So I had got it right, mate. Yeah. That was his debut, I think.
Yeah.
But it's a good nickname, that White Sugar, innit?
Yeah.
I like that. I don't know what he's doing now.
He's signed with Frank Warren.
Has he?
Yeah. He's thingy. What's his dad called? He sadly passed away.
Is it Willie Limond's son?
Willie Limond's son. Yeah. Yes. He were a good sharp kid as well. To be fair, he were. I think he were a good amateur. I think he had a lot of good amateur pedigree. So he were a good tricky kid.
Well, if he's out like his dad, he's got a bit of talent because his dad were an absolute warhorse, mate.
Yeah.
Sad to see that. I always remember his dad. He had best sponsor ever. It was like a baguettes company. And it looked fucking awesome. Pardon swearing. It looked absolutely awesome. It was something baguettes, and he had like 2 baguettes coming out on his T-shirts. And I thought, I'd love one of them T-shirts. But yeah, his dad he's sadly missed. And, it was a shock that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No age to go, mate. But do you think he'll go all right in pros, Drew?
I think so. He's only a young kid. I think he was only 18 when I boxed him.
Oh, wow.
So years, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Build himself up. He's already a good sharp kid. I think he's got a few knockouts now as well on his record. I can't remember any fights he's had, but I watched his fight after my fight. I've got him on Instagram, actually. Drop him a message now and again, wishing him luck on his fights and stuff. So, yeah, I think he'll do well. He's a sharp kid. So,
did you find him powerful when you fought him, or do you think it's come with age?
I didn't really find him powerful, but obviously, mate, I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to take a stupid shot off someone, whereas he's some of these kids that are fighting, they're not. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But,
they know the score, mate. Yeah, and like I say, if he has knocked a few out since, I mean, obviously, as he getting older, he might grow into his power.
18's not is it? No age, is it? He's still a kid at that age, so you get your man strength.
We'll keep an eye out for Drew.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't draw him. Sorry, Drew. I apologise. And then I had to put this one down because I was there that night, mate. You fought Dom Hunt at Metrodome, didn't you?
I did.
Now, at the time, I think he just come off a loss at Dom, if I'm not mistaken, or something.
Yeah, I think he did, didn't he?
And he were rebuilding, and they had a bit of high hopes for him. And maybe, I think he's still going now. But I watched that fight, mate, and I saw you put him down. He was an absolute peach. And there's nothing against Dom at all. I think he's a good kid. I've heard we've talked about this before. He gets a bit nervous before fights and that, and he's got a little bit left in tank, and he can come back. But I thought he deserved something that night.
Yeah.
Did you yourself, or?
I thought the rounds were very close. I thought maybe, obviously, I got the knockdown, so that's a 10-8 round, innit? And I thought, I can't remember what round did I knock him down in. I think it was second.
But you did knock him down at second, mate.
Yeah, and I thought I won the first as well, to be fair. So I thought I deserved a little bit more out of it. I thought I was going to get a draw.
I thought it were a draw.
Yeah.
I really did. But respect, he got up, and it were a knockdown, mate. That it wasn't just a. It wasn't just a dust.
I think he thought he slipped, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
He was like, I slipped. But
no, it were a good shot, mate. But yeah, I think a draw would have been a fair result that night, and that's no disrespect to Dom because I like him. He's a good fighter, and I wish him all the best. But yeah, I was there that night, mate, and that's the score in the And we're in that corner, in it, mate. You live. But I knew you would. I could tell when you walked out, you're a bit disappointed on that night, mate.
Yeah.
So, and then you went on to fight Walter Fury, didn't you?
I did.
In Manchester. Well, that his debut by any chance, or
I think that were his third fight. I think it was.
Did you ever follow him with him at all? Was it a big crowd or
I
Fury?
think he did a few. There was, funnily enough, there was so obviously like his Tyson Fury's cousin, isn't it? There was Fury. What's his Fury's brother called? Is it Shane or someone like that? Or
there's Tommy, isn't there? And
there's Tommy and
there's another one, isn't there?
Yeah.
Huey.
Is it Huey Fury? No,
that's his cousin. I'm sure it's Shane. I'm sure it's Shane.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is. So they were ringside, and Robert Duran as well. He were ringside watching the fight.
That's gonna be a bit of a, you know what I mean, to see all them there.
Yeah. So that were class. Like Roberto Duran.
Wow.
Ringside watching you fight, like it were one to tell your grandkids that.
Absolutely, mate. That's definitely one to take to the grave. That, mate. Yeah. But obviously later down the line, your stablemate Kristaps took him out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which were a bit of a surprise.
Yeah,
And
it was.
yeah, I mean, nobody ever expected that.
Kristaps is a good
Kristaps is a great guy. Listen, I can never keep up with Kristaps because he seems to be living this way one way and then that way. Then he's doing this job and he's doing that job and then he's doing that. But he's an absolute, and again, another good fighter. And I'm sure Joe will agree. When he's in shape, he's dangerous.
Yeah,
and he's proven that. And we'll definitely get Kristaps on the show in the future, mate. But yeah, is he a good guy to work with in the gym? Is he?
Yeah, he's just a nice guy, isn't he? Like really nicely spoken and just a nice person to be around. Like he's do a lot of training with him and stuff. So yeah, I got 2 wins this year. So like, buzzing! I got 2 wins this year, and then he ended up getting 2 wins as well, like 2 in a row. So like we both got 2 wins in a row, pretty close together, and we were both training pretty hard together then as well. So yeah, it were good.
It's a Nick and Colin effect, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's, absolutely smart, mate. Well done with that. But I've got to have to put you on a spot here, mate. I know you want Temple News and for some sprints.
Yeah.
And who wins? You or Kristaps?
Do you know what? Like, it's a bit 50-50.
Is it?
So we've got a golden baton. So whoever wins at the end takes the golden baton home.
Nice.
And Kristaps used to absolutely, like, at first he started smashing me, and then we'll go to like this ridge as well, which is like some hills.
Yeah.
But the bad, like after you're going home to lay down for half an hour because it's hard work what Colin puts you through. So at the track, 1 week I've took the goal. I think I was the last person to take it home out of us two, and Christoph's like, boom, he's gone. But then you see him slow down, and then I'm thinking, right, well, this is my chance to go for it. So I was taking him over. Halfway around the track, and once you get that established that lead, like he ain't taking me over. So some weeks he'd win, and some weeks I'd win. So it's a bit 50-50. So, but it's good because you're actually having a race, and you want to win that golden baton. So you're pushing each other, and like I think that's what helped with us, like getting us wins and us close decisions and stuff like that. Because we went from not really doing stuff like that to doing stuff like that, and it's just taking your fitness from being low to high. In your head as well, mentally, you've done that hard work on the track, so you've got a bit to give, you're not going to gas yourself out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's all good training to.
And that's good credit that to Nick and Colin for getting that in you. You know what I mean? Because they know what's best, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, and respect to that for them. So the golden baton, Well, I reckon Kristaps got it because he ain't come and showed us it, has he? He'd have brought it with him, wouldn't he? He'd have brought it with him if he had it.
I think one of the other kids has got it now. That one of the lads that fights on white collar, Schwab, young Schwab, he's got it at the moment because I had it, so it was my turn to defend it.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what happened. I didn't end up going. Oh no, I was working one Saturday. I got some Saturday work, and they've ended up going, and he's ended up winning it. So I had to go and hand it back to him. But
that's why they haven't brought it. Then he's got it, has he?
Yeah. So I didn't defend it. So technically, I'm
still
champion
yours. Still yours.
What do they call it? Champion in recess. Or
yes,
It's
correct.
called, yeah.
You were absent, mate. You can't take that title from me for nothing. We can always come and sit in trees and with pellet guns and that next time if you want. You know what I mean?
Because run quicker.
Yeah, definitely. So the guy next I'm going to speak about, you lost on points to Boye Smith, didn't you? Now, what do you reckon to him?
You know what? He's a good kid. Him, busy kid. Probably one of the busiest people that I've been in with. He actually trains with that Travis Waters. Him,
right?
So they're from the same gym. Fit young kid. like I say, busy, don't stop coming at you, puts you under pressure.
Yeah.
And I think he's, for the thought, no, I wouldn't rate his power, but accumulation of punches, throws a lot of punches, and I think he's got a few stoppages now.
This is exactly why I mentioned him. So he didn't bother you with his power then. It was just his work rate and his engine.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I did mention him because like you said, recently he stopped Lewis Varley, who not many do, and he's also stopped Jack Swallow, who's gone on the road.
Yeah.
You know,
he's managed by Dale
in his last two fights. Yeah.
I've actually boxed Jack Swallow on his debut. I had a good little tear out of him, to be fair.
Well, like I said, they're no mugs, Jack and Lewis, especially Lewis. I mean, so to stop them two, that's why I wanted to mention him.
Yeah.
And it really went down well, that.
Yeah, I think it's the 6-round distance. Like, you're all right over 4, but I think his stoppages have been like after the 4th round, both his stoppages. So when you're getting into them extra 2 rounds, you can have no power whatsoever, but if you're taking a lot of shots, eventually it's going to catch up with you, and it's going to take its toll. So, and if the ref's looking at you and you're a bit tired and he's just throwing shots and you're taking them, he's going to jump in.
I
don't think he's knocked him spark out, but he's had him like on the ropes and stuff.
And he's busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that. I just assumed he must be doing some, you just mentioned busy work. If, like you say, if you're on the ropes, the ref is going to come in at some point, especially.
You're going to force a stoppage, aren't you?
Yeah. So after that then, we had to go in the old JoJo 2 in a row, didn't we?
Yeah.
2 wins in a row, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't there for Fiston against Luke Denier in Portsmouth, but how did that come about?
So, literally, I got offered a fight the week before, but I'd been in Thailand for my birthday for like 2 weeks. I didn't really train, and I said to Kev, I says, give me a couple of weeks just to let me train. So I trained for a couple of weeks, and then on the 3rd week he got me that, and he says, do you want this in Portsmouth? He says, easy fight for you. So I, yeah, go on then, I may as well. And it turns out Kristaps was on the same show, so it worked out well that we could all go on a little road trip together. So I got into that fight, and I just thought, this kid didn't beat him. Like, I went out first round and he wasn't very good, and I just thought, I can't lose to someone like this. Like, I want the fittest that I could have been. If I was fitter, I could have done a lot better. And I just went for it, and I ended up getting the win.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I don't know if he fought again after that, you know.
No, I don't think he has. He were saying that he were going to go on the road, because I spoke to him after the fight, and he's like, I'm going to go on the road. But he got stopped. I think he got stopped in his first fight, and then he's got, like, I'm not taking no credit away from me.
Yeah, no.
Like, myself, like, putting myself down, should I say. But I'm not a full-time professional. I do what I do. If you can't beat me, then you're probably not going to go very far in this game, you know what I mean? So he wanted to fight on the road. If you're going to fight on the road, you need to be a different breed of person. Like, mentally as well, I think. Like, boxing, as you know, boxing people don't know the game. Like, and people can be coming up to you, you lost, but they're not boxing people, so they don't understand. And I think mentally that can take a little bit of if you're not a strong person, people think you're a loser and this and that. Like, I think it took me a bit of a while to, like, know the game and, like, think, and it used to half wind me up a little bit, you know what I mean? Because people didn't know, but now, like, I just think, well, you're not buying tickets off me so I can fight in home corner. I'm just getting mine, I'm making my money, and if I'm making money, then who are you to say this and you to say that? And I think, personally, I think you got to be a different sort of breed of person to fight in that away corner. Like, you've got to be mentally resilient and stuff like that. So, we're going off the subject to that fight, but I don't think he has that in him. I don't think that kid would have that in him to
go on the road.
Do that, yeah.
Well, I see, you've got to be honest as well, because people sometimes think when they can't sell tickets and then they do get that first loss, they think, oh, like we just said there, oh, well, I can always go on road. But like you say, you've got to be able to mentally be able to take it. Yeah. You're going to get looked at as a bit of a loser. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you've got to learn you've got to be sharp. You've got to learn how to get in there, how to hold when it's digging there, getting at trenches, you're going to have to learn how to hold. And you know what I mean? It comes with time, and you can't just do that. I mean, it takes a very skilled person to do it. You know what I mean? There's a few women who do it as well now, as well, and you know who they are, and you can't just go on the road and expect, you know what I mean? Because if you go on the road and you're getting stopped every 2 or 3 fights and you haven't got it in you to get that, you ain't going to get the calls again, are you? Because Board are going to pull you in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, and then obviously, I were there, mate, for this big win.
Yeah.
The second. And I mean, I were at the Magna, and it were a great night, that, mate. I love that win for you. What, it against Temi Mugala or something? Yeah.
He's trained by Junior Witter, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
It were a good win, that, mate. And there were a big buzz in the away dressing room after that as well,
yeah,
mate.
the wall, the wall.
Yeah, and I remember there were a couple of results on that show as well. I think Jake Smith got a draw.
Yeah, he got a draw, didn't he? I think he got two. I'm sure he got 2 draws in a row.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And on the same night, Jensen Irvine just lost by a point, and he were very unlucky.
Yeah.
And I can remember when you come back upstairs, and Nick did a little speech, telling what he does, like, doesn't he? He gets people in. He's very loud, and he's a character. Yeah. And when he talks, people listen. And I can remember he says, "Listen, guys," he says, "this is a night. If you want to win, it's there for you."
Yeah.
And it were a good night for away corner, and it were a pleasure to be there when you got that win, mate. What did you reckon to him?
It were a weird one, that, because like no one said out to me.
We didn't expect you to get it.
Yeah. And I were like, there's a picture of me after, and you can see my face, and I'm like, I'm shocked.
We were all shocked.
I don't know. I just did what I did. Did what I did, and like I just thought, if I get something out of it, I get something out of it. I feel as if the kid were a bit wary in that fight, and I think he had a lot of nervous energy, and I think that kind of drained him a little bit, because I think after this, I think the last 2 rounds, he were like, he didn't really want to know. Like it's like he didn't have anything left to give, sort of thing. And I don't know what it was. It could have been alt, but yeah, it were a weird one. That, and like I say, at the end of the fight, there's a picture of me, and I've got a bit of a shocked face, because you know how it is on away corner. In away corner, I think it were a 38, 37 or a 39,
like
38
that, yeah.
or something like that.
A close one.
It's
bit of one of them where you box well. Yeah, you probably could have won it. You know what I mean? But it's like you said, as us looking inside, and we know that side of the game. You don't expect the hand to be raised.
Yeah.
And it was great. You got that, mate. So obviously, mate, after the Magna, I've gone into your record a bit more here, and there's 4 fighters I've put in here, mate. So we'll see if you lost on points to all 4 other guys.
Yeah.
I think we've got Joe Mundy, Regan Williams, Stephen Clark, and Owen Anderton. Any of them stand out to you?
I say that Owen Anderton, he were a good kid. I think I boxed him over 6.
Yes.
He were a good kid. Steve Clark, he's good. He were like 2-time national amateur champion, him. And who were the first one? Joe Mooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got a close one with him. I think that were a 39, 38.
I think it's a Monday, actually. I don't know why I said Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joe, you were definitely Joe Mooney, mate.
Joe Mooney, he's an Irish kid, him. But who trained him? That Thingy Monroe.
Rendell Monroe?
Yeah, the boxing bin man. Yeah. He were his trainer.
He's doing quite well, is Rendell, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he from over your way?
I think he's
a Brummie, isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Derby or something like that. Is it not Nottingham? Maybe.
He had a good. I can remember. I tell you, I sold some tickets in. I know, on Sky, didn't he?
He boxed for a world title. He was telling us he boxed for a world title in.
He went to Japan.
Yeah. That's what he said.
I remember it because they had that "I Want to Live in Japan" song. They did a big documentary with him on about it. Like, yeah, tough kid and all. Rendell, mate, one of the boxing bin man. I've got some in his gear actually. I bought off somebody. When he used to come in with Ivy's jackets on. I got some of that from memorabilia from that, mate. So, Owen Anderton or Steve Clark, who would you say best?
Different styles. Steve Clark, he's trained by Smith Brothers, isn't he? And managed by Smith Brothers, obviously.
So he's got a good backing behind.
Big old ticket seller as well. I think he does a lot of tickets.
Yeah.
So that's why he's always gets on big shows. He's always on big shows. He's always on Matchroom or Queensbury. But I think he's signed with Queensbury now. I think he boxed me, and then after that fight, he signed with Queensbury. But he's good. He's a good kid. I didn't think he had much power in his shots. But
he a sharp kid.
He was sharp, fit, and just did all the basics very well. Like did everything well. Like a good boxer.
It's sometimes frustrating that when you see someone who's so good. You know, they've been champions and stuff at amateurs, and they're a joy to watch. But you just think you just haven't got that power. Yeah. And if they had that power, it'd be absolutely. I mean, and then you see some, don't you, who's been there. I mean, they're not the greatest fighters in the world, but they get somewhere and they're only one punch away from knocking, and they've always got that power to get them out of trouble.
So it's that amateur game, isn't it? And the pros, it's totally different.
Absolutely.
Not that I box amateur, but as I've seen amateur fights, it's all pitter-patter, isn't it? Like, it's point scoring, whereas in pros, you can do damage to people. Like, it's totally different.
It is a completely different game, mate.
Yeah.
But I will ask you the same question I asked you. I do. Did you prefer? You didn't do any amateur fighting, but it's very rare you get many pros who said they preferred amateur. They always seem to suit pros better.
Yeah.
We had many who's come on and said, I preferred it amateurs and this. They all it's a completely different game, innit? Yeah. But like you say, if Clarkey is a good amateur, he's got that skill. You know what I mean? Hopefully a bit of power will come with age.
Yeah.
But after them, then, mate, we went back to the old. You love it at Magna, don't you?
Yeah.
A nice draw, mate, at Magna against Alan Geelan. I mean, you've had a good year, mate.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah.
You think you should have won that fight? You know, they say.
I don't know. To be fair, like it were. I don't know. It were close. It were close. Like obviously, people say when you're in the work on and you get a draw, you know what that normally means. But I thought they were going to give it to him. I was surprised that they give me a draw, but I don't know. Like for me, like I ain't really concentrating when I'm in there if I'm winning a fight or not. I'm just having fun in there, me. Like literally, like
you're in the zone though, mate. It's what you do, innit?
Yeah.
Nothing changes from what you do every week. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you might think you've done just same you did 2 weeks ago. You lost 40 points to 36.
Yeah.
And then you go and fight someone like Adam in Magna, and then you think you've done exactly the same, and referee sees something different that night, and you've come out with a draw. But we did a post that night, and a few people commented saying we all know what that means. So credit to Adam. Like I said, he could have got that.
Well, I've got. I'm fighting him again in a rematch on the 12th in Sheffield.
You stole me thunder. We're going to come in with that then. You are got the rematch, mate, aren't you? That'll be interesting, that, mate.
Yeah.
Because he'll be wanting revenge on that one, mate.
Yeah.
But there's no bad blood, is there?
No, he's a nice kid and that as well. And like I say, he's, I was telling you earlier, he's kit man for Sheffield United.
Oh, yeah.
He's Sheffield United's kit man.
Wow.
So obviously, like, there's a few Sheffield United players that have gone to Leeds. And obviously he knows I was telling him all that I go to all Leeds games and that. And he knows a few of them that play for Leeds now. So he said he was going to try and get me a signed Leeds shirt. So you better get me it before I fight on it.
Well, I'm always short and white towels if I want a Leeds shirt to wipe me right before I put the cloth. But no, I hope he gets the one, mate. He's promised the one.
Nice, that,
Yeah.
Be nice.
I'll be nice to him as long as I gets me this. I wonder how much it pays to be a kit man at Sheffield United these days. I bet it's a decent crack, though.
Surely it must be all right, mustn't it?
Yeah. You would do it for free.
I said to him, I was speaking to him on Insta after, and I says, I bet you love your job, don't you? Following around thing. And he's like going to 12 games and that and being involved. So I bet that's a class job. And he's like, he says, yeah, it's good, but he says it were better at the start, but I think it's like any job, isn't it? Once you've done it for a certain amount of time, it's just
novelty wears off.
Yeah, it's just normal, isn't it?
Nah, it's not like that one well time when sponsors are coming off when they stick them in dryer. He'd get done for that. But yeah, and obviously that were a great draw, mate. Like I says, it's been a good year for you, mate. And obviously, I've got 3 more guys here wrote down who you lost on points to all 3 of them. I've got Anthony Welsh, Lewis Ginnelly, and Lex Weston.
Yeah.
Any of them stick out for you? Or were they just easy night? Not easy nights, or were they routine?
So, what were the first one? Anthony Welsh.
Anthony Welsh.
Yeah, so I boxed him at that box park in Liverpool. That were only a few weeks ago. That's a right venue, is that? That's
Do you like that?
Probably one of the best places. Like, I boxed at Wembley Arena. I've boxed at the Co-op in Manchester. I've boxed at is it MEM in Manchester. I've done them 3 arenas, and I'm not joking you. That show, it were a VIP show as well, a Steve Wood show. That's the best venue I've ever boxed at.
He does some good shows, doesn't he?
Yeah. So that were class. You walked out, and obviously, have you seen the box parks?
No.
There's one at Wembley. It's exactly the same as one at Wembley. It's like it's got like a thing, I'm doing hand signals, but you can't see it. It's like a big square box.
You're doing YMCA, isn't it?
And it's all the way around. There's like big balconies all the way around it. There's like different food like parts and stuff like that. So you walked out of it, and then there's a big massive screen, because obviously they put like the football on in there, so you can like sit and watch your food and stuff.
Oh, brilliant.
Ringer at start, and then the crowd were just all the way around it, and then obviously you got like your floor seats and stuff like that. So that, like, hands down, probably I'd say the best venue I've ever boxed at. I absolutely loved it. It were a right good day there.
Yeah, you'd like to go back there again then,
yeah,
would you?
I said to him, because I boxed him, and then I boxed that Lewis Ginley the week after, which he mentioned, and that were another Steve Wood show. And I said to Steve, I seen Steve Wood there, and I said, I said, get me on again there. I said, that were a cracking venue. That
sounds awesome, that, doesn't it? See, I never really heard much about that venue, to be honest.
Like class venue, that.
Look after you and all.
Yeah, it's what it is, isn't it? But after that, you got like a good selection of food and stuff like that. I didn't end up getting any.
Were you on early that night as well?
I think I were on like third as well.
So you got a chance to go back and have a bit of a chill, and that's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's sometimes good, because I know a lot of people on road, they come if they're on first. They're straight out of the building again. It's nice if you can go to a nice place. It feels welcoming. It's a nice place. It's nice to stay behind sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Experience a bit more. So that's good to see, mate. So we've had them 3 there, mate. We've got 46 in the bag already.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying this to big you up, mate. It's going to take someone good to stop you proper, mate.
Yeah.
Right? We've proven that. Been a while since you've been stopped now. A good couple of years on it.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah.
Very active. 16 this year already. I've no doubt you might not reach that 50 for Christmas, New Year, but it's only a blink and you miss it type, and it's going to be up. You've got 2 coming up. Yeah. And I hope you sell a few good tickets. Anybody out there, get a ticket bought for the Leeds Arena. This lad's coming.
Yeah.
He'll be live on BBC. You get your son behind him and get supporting him, because every ticket helps. And, you know what I mean? It'd be nice to see you sell a few tickets, mate.
Hometown as well, isn't it? Like, it's not often you get to fight in your hometown at a big arena. Everyone says, when you're next fighting, but obviously I'm fighting into Warecon, I'm fighting away. This time I'm fighting at home. Like, come and buy a ticket. Like, it
means the world. And if they're not doing, like I know it's Christmas and money's tight and stuff, but it's going to be a cracking night of boxing. It's going to be Simpson. There's a bit of upset here because, as Scarfe will tell you, I don't really follow home fighters. Yeah. But I follow Troy Williamson.
Yeah.
And I've always followed Troy Williamson, but I messaged him last weekend and I says, I'm going to have to sit on the fence for this, because Callum, Barnsley hometown hero, isn't it?
You've got to support your own
town. And I think he understood that, Troy. Yeah. And he was laughing. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be an absolutely amazing night.
Yeah.
It's going to be massive.
It's going to be an occasion, innit? Like, it's going to be class.
And if you're in Leeds area like you are, would you go and get a ticket bought, mate? There's plenty of prices there. There's some cheaper tickets. Go out there, get behind him, and enjoy a cracking night of boxing. And it's been a pleasure to speak to you, Joe. And before we go, what's your nickname? Are you going to call yourself?
So Nick come up with this, not me. I wasn't really that bothered for a thing. He calls me the Examiner.
I like it.
He likes me to test these prospects.
Yes.
And if they pass the test, do you know what I mean? So
and I think that's a good name, Joe. I like it, and I'm with Nick on that, and I think you should keep it. Yeah. And there's one thing that Nick will always say, right? If they're not good enough, beat them. Yeah, he's that kind of a guy, innit?
Yeah.
And I wish best to all of you at the gym, and hopefully we'll see you soon fighting, mate, on the road.
Definitely.
And let's see you get that 50 nice and safe. Yeah. And then let's go for the 100, boss. Yep, no reason why not.
100%.
Thank you for coming on, mate, and all the best.
Nice one for having me on, mate. Thank you.
The Journeyman Cave is produced by James Proud. Music by Ryan Carrier. Special thanks to Rhythm Inc. Studios for hosting. All views expressed are of the guests only. The Journeyman Cave and host bear no responsibility for any opinions given. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter @The Journeyman Cave.